Kia ora bros and girls, welcome back to the channel. We're back with the final map, chapter 3, map 2 of Destroyer of Light. This month is Cavalier Event Quest and Marvel Contest of Champions. We've brought in the Medusa army, well actually just Medusa and Black Bolt, and a whole bunch of mystics for the boss. So this map is all about Cosmic, and then we're going to clear that and then meet back up at the boss to discuss. Alright team, so we're finally at the final boss of Cavalier Event Quest, and yeah, Medusa man, she has cleared that lane as always, didn't even need Karnak for that one. And this guy is called Knull, and he looks really flippin' cool. He is a villain, he's also a symbiote. Interesting, so before we look at his nodes, let's have a look at what his abilities are. So he's a cosmic attacker. Kingdom Black's always active. At the start of each fight, he inflicts +1 living abyss debuff. We don't know what that is. But he gets a maximum of 15 of those. When Corruption activates, he gains unstoppable and unblockable for 2 seconds. Ah man, I should have brought Tigra. And when it's active, the opponent has 27.5 health or less. When they gain a regen, they gain a degen, so it's like an assassin degen. His ability is a Lord of Darkness, so he's got resistance to degen and bleed and poison. Every 10 hits in our combo meter inflicts an indefinite darkness passive, lowering our combat rate by 15%. When we use the darkness, it removes 1 darkness passive. He's also got a passive corruption, so he inflicts corruption on us when he uses his special attacks and causes the following effects. Armor breaks. On activation, he converts all his living abyss debuffs into armor break debuffs that lower armor rating. For each armor up, inflict an armor break debuff, reducing the rating. We suffer from combat rate. Passively suffer from reverse control. So basically, if he can armor break us, he could do a lot of issues. If he can't, then that negates some of his stack. Symbiote attacks medium, heavy, and special 1. So his attacks passively gain true accuracy, ignoring all evade and auto block effects. When the opponent is not corrupted, landing a hit or striking into a block has a 75% chance to inflict an indefinite living abyss, removing 1 armor up. When the opponent is corrupted, he consumes 3 armor break debuffs to inflict 3 living abyss debuffs. Regens a lot of his damage. Necrosword with the light and SP2 attacks pauses the duration of corruption and inflicts an instant bleed. SP1 inflicts an encroaching corruption lasting for 10 seconds. Upon expiry, that inflicts corruption for 10 seconds. When fighting against a defender, it will not inflict corruption while the attacker is performing a special attack. So when he puts encroaching corruption on us, we can get rid of it like an encroaching stun by throwing a special. The SP2 inflicts 10 armor breaks, reducing our armor rating, and SP3 inflicts corruption. And also, the nodes here are all his specials cost 50% less power. When he activates an SP, he inflicts us with both a heal block and armor break. Fractured guard, so we gain a permanent armor break. And when we throw a special, we remove 1 of these. And now again, every 15 seconds, we get a passive power and special lock. So this guy is all really around the armor break utility, and Doom is all about not getting armor broken. There's a few other people like Colossus as well can't get armor broken. So I guess if you can get this guy to that place where he doesn't do the armor breaks, or he can't armor break you, then it should be all good, man. It should be a straightforward fight. But if you can't, then it's going to be a bit of a painful fight. So we're going to hit him, steal the power. So far, that heavy's interesting. So now we've got encroaching corruption, and what we want to do is we probably want to wait and time our special. We didn't time our special very well. And he's got reverse controls, man. So yeah, that is a bit tricky actually. So the reverse control works a little bit weird as well. When he throws that SB2, he looks he looks really bloody cool, man. Though. Okay, that's interesting. So his kits around armor breaks. Something there through my passive. So I was actually going towards him when I was trying to back away, and vice versa. And I reckon it must have been. So we read here somewhere, passively suffers from reverse control. So I guess it's when he inflicts corruption on us, which he must have done with maybe the heavy? Yeah, with the heavy he throws us into Living Abyss. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so let's try Ebony Maw. Let's see how he does against them. So you can see I've got the red debuffs on me, which I'm guessing as his corruption stuff. And also wow. So we'll nullify that. Wow, his specials are pretty crazy, man. Thankfully, thankfully you get a bit of leeway with Ebony Maw, but I still haven't figured this SP1 yet, man. It's quite tricky. Okay, let's move in with Symbiote Supreme. We gotta figure out how to evade that SP1, because that SP1 is doing a whole world of hurts for me. So that's his heavy, I'm guessing. And I just have to block the SB2. Okay, so he does one quick swipe, then he does like a rolling combo, and then the second one. So what we'll do is we will wait for that, then he, yeah, and then we'll evade the second one. Okay, so it's like 6 hits actually. It's like 1 hit, a little bit like Dark Daredevil, whatever, HK, where he does 1 hit and then he does 4 hits in the middle and then he does a final hit. I'll try to use Black Bolt because he's got the most life. Just try to wear him down a little bit and maybe we can finish him off with Medusa. I'll just have to get really, really aggressive with this guy. So that's just his heavy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 6th hit. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6th hit. Okay, so now we're getting into rhythm, we're evading that. One, 2, 3, 4. Damn, got hit, but that's fine. And we'll throw the special, get some of that back, and get him down to 22%. So we're almost in assassin mode. Okay, that's pretty tricky, but let's just throw a few pots here. Make sure that we can hopefully finish him off because he doesn't have that much life left. We don't want to revive. We don't want to waste a revive if we don't have to. ahead with that. We're going to throw the SP1, armor shatter him. Oh. His souls there kind of caught us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, damn it, man, we were so close. If I just evaded that one, he was done for. All right, so let's use one revive. Okay, so we learned a few things here. Armor breaks really helps him out, and also if you know how to evade that SP2, which is a bit tricky to evade, then you should be in good stead. What I might do is I might do a little bit of a tape breakdown for him a bit later on in the month, just to break down how to evade his SP2 and figure out what his SP1 is, and maybe try to evade that as well. But hopefully this helps or gives you a guiding post. Some good counters to him would be anyone that doesn't armor break, so Colossus or Doom, and also anyone who can kind of cause him to evade. So Professor X with his Falter, or Ebony Maw with his Falter, or potentially Ghost as well if you can phase out of that damage, or even Killmonger if you can just push through to the SP2 and then go indestructible, and then you can just tank his specials. So those would be kind of decent options, but basically, so long as you don't get armor broken too much and you can evade the SP2, you should be in good stead here. So hopefully that helps. If it did, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Kakita, no bros and girls.